And this brings us to the end of our session, the end of our course. As we mentioned, this is the 4010, so MS-4010, building plugins and connectors for Microsoft 365. What have we covered in this session? Well, first, we talked about the Copilot extensibility. We see that Copilot is our AI agent, is our intelligent assistant. So in this case, I can go directly to Copilot, I can use the chat, and I can have a conversation with my content. It's already pre-trained. I can also augment this with a specific amount of data. We talked about these agents that I can create to extend that. So I have a Copilot that's already done. I can use it, but maybe there is an opportunity for me to create an agent to do certain things. Maybe HR, maybe support, maybe sales, maybe some component. Maybe I want to just talk to a specific kind of data. In that case, I can create an agent for that. We talked about these agents are going to be called declarative agents. I also have the custom engine agents. The declarative agents are easy, right? If as a business user, I can simply go in and I can customize. I can, with absolutely no code, just as I do drag and drop style, I can go in and say, hey, I want to create an agent. Just talk to this website or this document. Very easy from the chat or from Teams. I can do that with my Microsoft 365 Copilot. I can go in and I can create that. If I want to go a little bit low code, still creating an agent, I can open up the Azure Copilot Studio and I can begin to do that. Declare what I want to do my agent, maybe add some additional configuration to it, maybe a little bit of code in there, but not much, just to get that going. Now, I can also go all the way to a code, like we did for the lab today. I can open up Visual Studio Code, I can bring the Teams extension, and I can, with some code, not a lot of code, but I can bring some code and I can customize my agent. That gives me a lot more flexibility, right? So if I look at it from a business user, I don't want to code, all the way to a developer, hey, I want a little bit of code in this, I want to customize, I want to have the control over my agent. We can choose that. We saw that this declarative agent, easy, it just works with the Microsoft 365 Copilot. Now, if I want, I can also use the custom engine agent. This expands beyond just Microsoft 365, right? It is internal, but I can also bring it in. I can publish this in other locations, have this API, have the connectivity, the plugins that I can extend the Copilot even more. So we talked about also adding knowledge to our agents. For example, using the graph connector. So we know that within our tenant, within our enterprise, the secret sauce that connects all of those resources, as we mentioned, is the Microsoft Graph. It knows about your documents, knows about your meetings, your teams, all of that securely within your tenant. It knows about that relationship. And when you use Copilot, you have that. So I can ask, hey, summarize this meeting, or tell me what I missed on this meeting, or what so-and-so said on that meeting. Very powerful. Now I can extend that a little bit, right? So with these graphs, I can have a graph connector beyond that. Maybe there's a connection to a trouble ticketing system or a CRM system that I didn't connect before. So I can get the graph to connect to it and extend this capability for us. We talked about these skills that I can add to my plugins as well. So skills with plugins, I can add that to my agents and make my agents smarter, do more things, right? I can leverage the same platform of Copilot that I've already used, I'm familiar with, the same interface, the same orchestration, but now I can bring it in additional plugins, maybe get my APIs. So we discuss all of this, the agents, the declarative agents, the custom agents, the plugins, the APIs, and then we made a decision. Which one is easier for us to be able to do it? Do I want absolutely no code as a business user, or do I want to go high code as a developer? And then we talk about the tools. Do I want to use just what the chat provides me to create these agents? Do I want to use the AI Studio, or do I want to go all the way into Visual Studio Code and AI Studio and be able to customize my agent? So we made a decision based on our preference. If I want to go easy, we go business-like, no code. I want to have flexibility, getting all the way transform my agent, use LLMs, choose, I can go all the way into configuration. So we talked about the type of tools that you'll be able to use. I can use kind of the same tools. We saw that we can use Visual Studio Code and the teams, even for the declarative agents. But if I want to go for my custom agents, additional knowledge, additional instructions, additional grounding, I can do that as well, right? And also, not to mention, additional actions. And we saw that this capability really helps us with this implementation, with this enhancement, with these actions. So, to complete this module, we were able to understand Copilot, understand the agents, and see where and when we want to begin to deploy, configure, and of course, enhance this capability. And the best part of this, we had a very good lab. And in this lab, we had 3 examples of that. First, we created a basic declarative agent, very easy, not much customization. And then we enhanced that with some conversation starters, and then we enhanced even more with the adaptive cards. Very easy to follow, and I encourage you to try that when you have an opportunity as well. Now, that we have done this, as I usually tell my customers, and when we look at this, even though we covered all of this content, it is just the starting, it's just the beginning. It's just to open your appetite. So now is a time for you to begin to celebrate. I completed this course, but there are more. I can go and do that, right? Let us know. How are you doing? How are we doing with this, right? Become Microsoft certified. Look for certification classes that gets you even more prepared for the next level of this. And with that, I also want to mention that the learning continues. We did mention about the Learning Path 1, where we have the Copilot Foundation. There are many learning paths available in Microsoft Learn that you can follow on that. Easy to learn with exercises for you to try. At the same time, Learning Path number 2, what I want to be able to extend using APIs, using my own data, my own LLM, my configuration. You have those classes available as well. With that, I want to say thank you for attending this session, and I do look forward to seeing you at other sessions. Thank you.